He opened, owned, operated, and sold an assisted living facility. It's Dr. Robert King, founder of Assisted Living University, with more than 1,000 students.
Now you're saying, you know what, hold up, I want to change to it. Hey guys, how you doing? Future ALF owners. This is Robert King, owner of Harmony Homes, a residential assisted living facility, and founder of ALU, Assisted Living University. Welcome to Business Model 2. Now, I know you've already seen Business Model 1. You probably just jumped right on Business Model 2. Probably just as pumped up and excited about getting started on one of these business models. So let's talk about Business Model 2. All right. Medical Foster Home Program, U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs. Business Model 2 is controlled, operated, regulated by the Veteran Administration, the VA. Business Model 2 is operated by the VA. All right, let's look at some points on the VA. Maximum 2 residents per home. Now, that changes, depends upon your location. Depending upon your location, and the need of the VA, that will change and can change. The beautiful part about this, you have to be 21 years or older and financially stable. Financially stable simply means that you ain't got to be loaded, but you got to be able to maintain your home even before the veterans move in. You can't be, you can't be, the lights going out every other month and your cable off. Well, your cable could be off, I guess. Your lights can't be off every other month. Your home is in foreclosure tomorrow and all that kind of stuff. You got to have some stability before they will send some veterans to your home. Must pass the initial and annual inspections by the VA. You see that? Business Model 2 is literally a Veterans Administration organization. It's their ALF. Let me get out the way so you can see the bullet points. It is their business. It's their facility. It's their ALF system. It's how they handle everything, and caregivers must live in a home. So in other words, you got to live there. You can't live somewhere else. You have to live in the home. Now check this out. Let me explain to you how this VA thing works. This is the way VA works. VA have large nursing home facilities all over the world, okay? And sometimes they get full and they have a waiting list, but they have somebody who really needs to be in a home quickly. In that case, VA will reach out in their demographics around this nursing home, and they will literally look for homes and people that qualifies for their system. I mean, they'll look for you. So if you're interested in servicing veterans in Business Model 2, you might want to reach out to your local VA organization, your local VA nursing home. If you live by a nursing home within an hour or so, or even further, I would reach out to them and let them know that you're willing to open up your home to some vets. Now, one of the key things about this is that they send the vets to your house. They literally send the vets to you. And if you know anything about VA, that's guaranteed income. If a veteran is a wartime service vet and they can qualify for aid and attendance, then they literally can have guaranteed money coming in. We'll talk about the rates and how much you can charge in a minute here, but I want you to know that Business Model 2 is a very doable business model. I mean, come on. You taking care of veterans, the people who fought and gave up sometimes, issues with their body and limbs and things of that nature for our country. And how noble can that be for you to open your doors for some veterans? So let's check out the bullet points before we move on to the actual floor plan and the money that's available. This is called the Medical Foster Home Program. That's what they call it. So if you want to research this thing out, you need to research your local VA. Put in Medical Foster Home Program, and you'll find the qualifications and the do's and don'ts of being qualified to open up your home. Maximum 2 residents per home. That may increase. Sometimes that gets larger depending upon your home and your location and the needs of the VA. Must be 21 years or older, financially stable, must pass the initial inspection and the annual inspections by the VA, and the caregiver must live in a home. The caregiver is you, the provider. You're the provider. You must live in a home. You can't rent out your home for that purposes. You have to live in a home. And so this business model 2 is a pretty good plan. It's a pretty good plan. You might want to look into that if in fact you can meet these qualifications, all right? So let's check out this business model 2 floor plan. Very similar to business model 1. 3 bedroom, 2 bath. You know, so you don't have to have a really big home. Remember, you're only going to put 2 residents, maybe 3. So here you go on the east side of the house, a split floor plan. Remember, this is called a split floor plan. Anytime you see the master bedroom on one side of the house and the other bedrooms on the other side of the house, they call that a split floor plan. So you got your main, remember, in business model 2, you have to live in a home. So since you got to live in a home, this split floor plan affords you still some privacy for you and your family. Okay, this is business. This is bedroom 1, the master suite. Bedroom 2, bedroom 3. Now in business model 2, you can have 2 residents max, maybe more, depends on the need of the VA. But let's look at this. Let's house this place up. Let's get you a couple residents in here, a couple vets. A couple of vets going to be coming into that home. These are veterans. Some of them are wartime veterans. They deserve to be treated properly and with integrity and dignity and love and care. I mean, come on now. Think about that. That's incredible that you can do that for these veterans, right? And then they share this bathroom right here. Remember, your family lives on this side. Now check this out. These people who move into your home, man, they become like family. Let me make that very clear. Let me make this point right now. Let me stand in front of the screen so you can start. Don't pay no attention to what's behind me. Look at me, dead in my eye. You are caring for these people. That's the whole thing about this whole industry. If you don't have the right heart to care for these people and to love on these people, don't even get in this business. If you're not going to love on them and care for them and make them part of your home and your family, don't do this just for the money. Is the money good? Yeah, but the reward is even greater when you care for these people who are at their most vulnerable state in their life. Are you with me? Are you with me? All right, here we go. Now let's check this out. Right here is your common area. I call this the hub of the house. This is where they come out and they have their lunch and they hang out and do all kind of activities. But when it's time to go to bed now, you and your family is on this side and your veterans on this side. So now think about that. That's a pretty decent, the average home is 3 bedrooms, 2 bath. That's pretty decent right there. You still have this room right here if you happen to having kids or a family come visit, whatever the case may be. That's a pretty good deal. Now let's look at the money.
Are you ready to turn your passion for senior care into a thriving business? Introducing Assisted Living University, the premier course designed to guide you through every step of opening and operating your own successful assisted living facility. Join the team of more than 1,000 students who have transformed their dreams into reality. And if you already own an assisted living facility and want to maximize your occupancy, our Fill My House course is designed specifically for you. Dr. Robert King will share advanced techniques and proven strategies to attract and retain residents and fill your house. Let's create a brighter future for our senior community. Enroll in Assisted Living University and Fill My House today and become part of our growing network of successful assisted living entrepreneurs. Join now.
Let's see what kind of money could be made on this particular plan, right? And like I told you in Business Model 1 training that I'm always going to teach you at $3,000. I'm going to bring them all up and then we'll talk about them. I'm always going to teach you at $3,000 because I don't want to go too high and I don't want to go too low. Remember, I told you that I've been in facilities where they're as low as $1,500 a month, and I've been in facilities where they're as high as $10,000 a month. I do not want to teach you that you can make $10,000 a month per person, per month. Nah, that's extreme. I want to tell you that you're only going to make $1,500 per person per month because I believe you can get at least $3,000 a month. That's standard industry kind of across the board. Now, maybe you can get more. I don't know. But I'm going to teach you for teaching purposes alone. We're going to stick with $3,000. So look at Business Model 2. You got some veterans in your home. $3,000 per person per month times 2. and you're licensed through the Veteran Affairs, you're licensed through the VA, $6,000 monthly gross, $2,000 monthly operation expense. And again, I'm not going to kind of reiterate on that $2,000 because that could go up, that could go down. But remember, you're just bringing in 2 elderly vets. Could be males, could be females. You're bringing in 2 elderly vets into your facility. They don't eat a lot. You already paying the mortgage. You're already paying the rent. You already paying the utilities. You already taking care. You already taking. Remember, one of the requirements, you have to be financially stable. You already taking care of the house before they show up. Now, if it costs you $2,000 to run the house with them in there, then and you got $6,000 coming in, then look at this thing right here. You're making $4,000 monthly net income. That's a pretty good daggum deal. Think about that. That's $48,000 annual income coming into your home, and you stand under the same roof that you started with before you started the business. So that's why I call it America's untapped business opportunity, because you are literally opening up your home to some veterans. I mean, come on, listen, you would do that? Come on now, if you want to be in this business, you want to own an ALF, and you have a heart for veterans. Now, hear me very clearly. When I start teaching you about business model, any business model you choose, you can have vets in. I'm a business model 4. I'm not a business model 2. I'm not licensed and regulated by the Veteran Affairs. I'm licensed and regulated by the state of Florida. However, every man that's in my facility is a vet. I'm a vet. I'm a 15-year vet. Military, vet, Navy, and Army. So I go out the vets for several reasons. Number one is because there are some quality people who did a heck of a lot of work on their backs so that our country could live and have freedom, right? So I admire that. I'm one of them because I gave my 15 years of my life as soon as I got out of the high school, right? So now also, as a businessman, it's guaranteed income. Once you get them babies approved and go through the actual process of getting that aid and attendance, that money is guaranteed. So I have veterans in my home, and I'm a business model 4. So if you open up a business model 2, you got pretty much, as long as those vets are alive and you are caring for them and taking care of them and they happy and you handling all your business right and you giving them the 2 Qs, the quality of life, and you loving them, laughing with them, and once you doing all the right things that you're supposed to do, these vets not going to want to go nowhere, and that's $48,000 annual income. So just hear me for a minute. Can you imagine? And I want you to. Close your eyes. Just work with me. Close your eyes. Can you imagine an extra $48,000 a year into your home? Let me reverse engineer that. $4,000 a month extra, and you basically haven't done nothing to change, not much. You already got the room. You got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, so you got a spare room. You're doing an incredible service for the veterans. Can you imagine bringing in that kind of money? What would that do for your life? What would that do for your family? Just for a moment. Okay, you can open your eyes now. I forgot to tell you to open your eyes, right? What would that do for your family? What would that do for your life? What would that do for you financially? Could you get out of debt? So the business opportunity is available. Now, the thing that I love most about this business opportunity is that, yeah, they pay us pretty good. And we start talking about business model 3 and business model 4. Now you start getting up to the big money. They pay us pretty good, but the reward greater than any amount of check coming in monthly is the service you give to the vet, the service you're giving to that elderly. So think about that. That's $3,000 per person per month. VA says you can have 2. Let's just stick with 2. Maybe you can have more. Let's just stick with 2. 2, $6,000 per month gross income. $2,000 in monthly expense. Let's say you're very frugal and you lower that. It could be less, $1,800, $1,700. I don't know. Maybe it could be less. Maybe go a little bit higher. Maybe it's $3,000. And instead of having $4,000 a month left, you got $3,000 left. Instead of having $48,000, you got $36,000. Either way you look at it, it's extra money coming into your house under the same roof without a whole lot of changes. Yeah, you got to go through the VA to get approved. Yeah, you got to go through the VA to get your house inspected and approved and all that kind of good stuff. Yeah, you got to go through some regulations and some inspections and some things like that, but you need to. Because you're talking about bringing somebody in and caring for them for the rest of their life. Listen, most times when these people move into your facility, these vets, this is their last move. And I teach my team all the time, and I'm teaching you this right now, and also it'll be kind of part of the whole course. I talk about the 2 Qs: quality, quantity. When this vet moves into your house, you can't control the quantity of their life. You have no idea how long they're going to live. You have no clue how long they're going to live. So you can't control the quantity, but you sure had a lot to do with the impact of the quality of their life. Can you imagine? Some of these vets don't even have family no more. Some of these vets has outlived their family, or some have no idea what their family are. Some have dementia, Alzheimer's, and they have totally got away from their family. The family had no clue. I got a vet in my house now named Big Bill. Big Bill been with me now for 2 years. When I got Big Bill had no clue where his family was. And we found out later, 2 years later, just recently, that he got kids in Connecticut. So we reconnected them. But when he first got with me, Big Bill didn't even know who he was. So now can you imagine the quality of his life now? They're already confused with the Alzheimer's and dementia and this, that, and other, but you bring some stability. So this business model too, for the VA, can really work. Let me get out the way. I know some of y'all saying, get out the way. I'm trying to see the numbers. So I heard you all the way from here. I heard you. Let me get out the way. Kind of let you peruse those numbers. See there, business model 2. That's a pretty good opportunity for you to service some veterans, change some lives, and change your life at the same time. Incredible. All right, listen, that's business model 2. Take a break, get a Coke and a smile, and then we'll check the next video out, and I get into business model 3. Spoiler alert, now we're getting up to the big boy. We're getting up to the big bucks now when we go to business model 3 and then business model 4. All right, I know that blessed you. I see you on the next video. Peace.